Hey, what's up, everyone? Joe here from Subtle Art Soap. Hope you're all doing well. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's been a while since I've done a video, probably 3 months, if not more. But I wanted to do one today to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with a St. Patrick's Day shave. I don't have to tell you what soap I'm going to be using. I think you could figure that out. But I also wanted to take a minute to personally thank everyone, excuse me, for all the support of the Irish Brigade collaboration between us and Bricktown Grooming and the Shave Supply. It has been so much fun to be a part of this collaboration. Working with Phil, working with Gareth has been absolutely great. This is the first collaboration that I've ever done, and to be honest, I was really nervous about doing it because I had never done one before. But working with a couple of guys like Phil and Gareth, I mean, these are super cool dudes. They made it a lot of fun. It's been great to be a part of it, and it's been awesome to see how well received it was from the community with all the shave of the day photos and all the videos and all the lives of people using our soap. It's just been great using the soap and the splash set. It's been awesome. So let's get to the shave. I'll talk a little bit about some of the gear I'm going to be using. Obviously, I'm going to be using Irish Brigade. The brush I'm going to be using is a Smilez For Milez brush. I got this from Andy at the wet shaving store. I'll try and remember to leave a link in the description so you guys can check these out. You can get them through the wet shaving store, and you can also get them on Smilez Etsy page, and I'll get links for both of them so you can check these out. Really, really cool brushes. Some really wild designs in there too. The razor I'm going to be using is a vintage J.D. Horning and Company. This is a razor that came from Little Valley, New York. Check out those scales. Love the scales on this. And of course, the splash I'm going to be using, Irish Brigade. This is such an awesome scent. It's such a great scent. This scent is so good on days when I'm not on duty and I don't have to shave. I will still wear this just because I want that smell. It's just that good. So let's get right to it. Get this lathered up here. I have a little bit of a different setup, so if I kind of get out of the way here, I apologize. I had a little bit of an accident when I was first trying to start this video. I had a mount on the mirror, and it gave way before I could actually start shaving. When I was just getting the video started, it gave way. So I had to do a completely different setup, and I haven't used this yet, but it seems to be working out okay. I love the fragrance on this. I mean, right off the tub. I mean, you guys, you've used it, right? Right off the tub, it's really, really great. It's really nice. Love it. I'm not going to use a bowl today. I'm going to go right to my face from the tub. I'll make sure I get enough soap on here first. All right, that looks good. All right, excuse the water. I'm going to wet my face a little bit here. Oh, let me get my alum block. I like to use an alum block when I'm using a straight razor to kind of help with the grip. There we go. Get this set up here. Alrighty, here we go. So last year, when Phil approached me and asked me if I was interested in doing a collaboration. Oop, bloop. I was like, yeah, of course. I didn't have to think about that at all. You know, that was an absolute yes. I have pretty much all of Phil's aftershaves. There's a couple I don't have, I think. No, some ones that he did for a little bit more water here. Some ones that he did for special events that he was attending. But for the most part, I have pretty much all of them. So when Phil reached out to me and asked if I was interested, I'm like, yeah, of course. And he put it, the way he put it was funny. He said, you know, they're pairing our stuff together anyway. It just kind of seems natural that we do a collaboration. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I got to thank John at Cape Cod Wet Shaving for actually turning me on to Bricktown Grooming to begin with. I saw John doing a video one time, and he was doing, I think he was using no quarter bay rum. And I'm kind of a bay rum junkie, so I reached out to John, and he asked me if I had ever used Bricktown Grooming's no quarter bay rum, and I said no. And I picked it up, and that was it. Now I have an entire cabinet full of Bricktown Grooming. There we go. I think that's good. Alrighty, let's get started here. I already stropped this before I got started, so I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure I had that done. Alrighty, here we go. The edge on this is so good. That's another thing I want to talk about too. I used a stone on this razor. It's not a very popular stone. It's a Vermont green honing stone. Now, you don't hear much about it at all. That is so good. It's one of the best edges I put on a razor. It comes from a quarry. It's close to the New York border. Which is one of the reasons why the stone interests me. Because my razors, well, most of my razors are from New York. So I thought it'd be cool to have a stone that, I don't know, maybe back in the day, maybe that stone actually honed one of these razors. Who knows? But it was a little difficult at first because I'm used to using synthetic stones. You know, Shapton, Nanoa. I didn't have much experience using natural stones, but I wanted to try it. And I'm really glad I did. I really like it. It took a little bit, like I said, it took a little bit to kind of figure out the best way to use it. But once I did, I mean, look at that, right through there. So good. Once I did figure out the best way to use it, and I used the slurry reduction. Starting off with a very light slurry. And then gradually reducing that. With water. And then you end up with just under running water. Your final few strokes. And then this thing, I mean, this blade just sticks like glue. That's kind of when you know you're done. But the first few times I used it, it was not good at all. I was like, what did I waste my money on? But, you know, I do a little bit of research. You practice, you find the best way to use it, and that was the best way. Once I got that figured out. I've been using it ever since. My hair on my neck grows weird, so I go halfway down, my hair's growing this way. Then it starts to come up, so I'll come halfway down here, and then I'll go up on the bottom half. Sorry about all the water. I don't have a... So good. I don't have a plug in the sink, so I can't fill it up with water. I have a little spot right here. Trying to be a little extra cautious around. There we go. Yeah, that's so nice. Alrighty, rinse off a little bit, and then we'll go with pass number 2. Alright, pass number 2. So the stone, the Vermont green stone, like I said, comes from a quarry that's pretty close to the New York border. It's not, I mean, obviously it's not an exotic stone like a J-Nat or a La Luna or an ILR. I gotta tell you, I am impressed with the way it works, and how well it works. I do want to get into, I do want to try, I do want to pick up some J-Nat stones. I was talking to Frank at Straight Gold Shaves the other night a little bit about them, so I am going to give them a try. think for right now I'm going to stick with this one. But I am going to give it a shot. So a funny story how I got into collecting vintage New York razors is actually Peter, the shaving cyclist, that piqued my interest. About a year ago, he was I think it was about a year ago. He was using a razor. He had just started getting into straight razors, and he was using a Rovalo. Try to see, I have it here. There it is. He was using a Rovalo razor. Sorry. Oh, no, I have it in the other cabinet. Sorry about that. So he was using a Rovalo razor, which is a vintage razor from New York. He had just started using straight razors, and I thought it was really cool that it was a vintage razor from New York. And I remember I had reached out to him, and I asked him about it. He told me where he got it. I thought it was really cool. So I started looking for some of my own, and that's how it got started. I just started finding all these vintage razors from these different areas in New York. A couple of them are right from my hometown, right in Schenectady. And then from surrounding towns, Albany, Troy. And the different barber supply shops that existed in my area at the time. That's just really cool, finding all these razors. Ooh, I'll try it out a little bit here. There we go. It's just really cool finding all these razors from these different areas in New York. But the Rovalo razor I was just mentioning, that I saw Pete using, Pete actually gave that to me. One day he messaged me and he asked me if I'd be interested in testing it out because he was just getting into honing and I was just kind of getting into straight razors. So I'm like, yeah, I'll test it out. Sends it to me with a little note telling me that he didn't want me to test it out. Oh, Sadie's home. Hey.
Hey.
Doing a video.
Okay.
I just heard you come in.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Just got home from work. So when Pete said, you want to test it out for me? So I said, yeah, he sent it to me with a little note saying, yeah, I don't want you to test it out. It's yours. Which I thought was super, super cool, but that's what kicked off my vintage straight razor addiction. It's Pete pushing me right down the rabbit hole. But I really appreciate that because it is a lot of fun collecting these razors. All right, let me get rinsed off here. And we will finish up. All right. That's nice. All right, here we go. Irish Brigade. So good. So good. Oh, let me show you. I wanted to show you real quick. So this is the stone. This is the Vermont green stone. Comes with its own little slurry stone. Just a really cool, inexpensive, natural stone that works really great. So, all right. So that's gonna do it for today. Again, guys, happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you again for all of the support of the Bricktown Grooming Subtle Art Soap Shave Supply collaboration. And so that'll do it until next time. And hopefully it's not 3 months that it's next time. Stay safe. And I will catch you later. Have a good one.